proclaims to estates the dual life of a broker. Realtor Firefighter Beau McDougall.
So what's going on?
Not too much. Got off work this morning and just trying to catch up on life.
All right. So I met you, 2, 3, 4 months ago, something like that, not that long ago.
Yeah.
And when I finally met you face to face at the fire department, I'm just blown away, like what you do, all the stuff you do. I mean, you're a fire captain, you started a real estate company, you're involved in the community, all that stuff, right? When do you sleep, man? I mean, like, how do you do all that?
Just time management, really. I mean, I think at the end of the day, a lot of people don't understand they have a lot more time on their hands than they really realize. I mean, I catch myself just wasting time, especially in the days of social media. It's easy to lose 10, 15 minutes here and there. And if you actually just kind of reclaim that time, you can do a lot more than most people think you can do in a day.
Yeah, social media is a time suck.
Yeah, but so is sitting on the couch, so is going down the Netflix hole, so is a lot of things. Everyone has their thing that can just suck time out of them, and they're not appreciative of that time that they're losing throughout the day.
So what is that on you?
Social media, probably.
Is it?
It starts as a productive thing, right? 'Cause, in this industry, we're always trying to do social media or get an idea from social media, but, they're really good at their algorithms, and you go from one video to another, and it goes from trying to get a good idea to something to 10 minutes later, you're watching dog videos of them in a pool because they know I like dogs, and so I'm not going to turn away.
Yeah, right.
But I try to be cognizant of the time suck and try to reclaim that time as much as I can.
So you're doing a lot in social media now, right? I mean,
yeah,
videos, posts, all that stuff. How's that playing out for you, would you say?
It's good. I mean, it's a job in itself to stay consistent with it. And, I've always been such I can do it better. I can do it quicker. I can just get it done, and I'm cheap. And I finally bit the bullet and gotten a VA to really help me with it. So I can concentrate on just creating the content and then giving it to somebody else who's actually better at creating content than me. They are, they have a background in this stuff, and I can just concentrate on the idea of what do I want to put in the camera, and then let them edit that and put it onto all the social medias. I mean, as we know, this week there's a new social media that now I have to post on there as well. So, you're trying to
what's it called? Thread, yeah.
You're always chasing your tail, trying to get to the next thing, and I think so. It gets to a point where you need help. You need to find those people that are better than you so you can do what, you need to do, which is create the actual content and the information to be a useful educator of the general public on what you're putting out there in the interwebs.
Yeah, and that's the key, right? Because I mean, I know that you directed from your VA, you got me mine, and I think it's a must. I mean, there was times when I first started doing the social media stuff, you do the videos, and I was doing everything myself. Adding the captions and trying to edit it and throwing the little pictures here and there. The pain, hard. I mean, it's not real hard. It just takes a lot of time to do.
Well, it does. And so then it gets to be, is this a priority for me, or do I have something else I need to do right now? Is there a client email? Is there a client phone call? Or am I going to play on my phone and find that next graphic? I think there's also a concept of it. I'm paying for it, so I want to make sure that I'm getting my money's worth of that VA and sending them enough content and work to be productive the entire time that I'm paying them. So it puts a little extra boost into your step to create the content and not just put it on the back burner because something more important came up.
What do you think about, have you been able to track any leads you're getting from your posts and social media and stuff?
I don't think it's something you can directly track. I know I've had clients to where I used to work in the fire department, they've retired and they've come back and used me. And I know, some of those people are very active on social media. And I think just being in front of the client or the person at the time of their want or need is the most important thing when you're doing social media or anything like that, is always being top of mind. And when you're not able to call everybody every day to remind them of what you do, but if they casually see you on their threads doing the thing that you're doing, when it's time for them to make a move, you're there. You're top of mind, and they're like, that guy does that thing, let me call them.
Yeah.
There's
that's
actually
the thing, right? Yeah.
There's an insurance agent here in town who I've reached out to him. We knew each other from circles, but He is very good at casually letting people know he does insurance by highlighting food trucks. So he's always on your thread talking about food, but he's the guy that does insurance, and you just know that through his very active social media page.
That's the key, right? Trying to find. Yeah, I've seen people do that. They talk about something else, or they're doing something that they're, whatever, it might be going from restaurant to restaurant, whatever it is. But, oh yeah, the other guy's a realtor, Yeah. Because this whole social media thing, it's the commercial for the phone is now millennial and Gen Z's television. So every commercial and everything they see is all off their phone. So I know there's a lot of.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they say, you can market all you want. You can send marketing pieces, letters. What's the only marketing piece that's going to make it to someone's bathroom with them?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So it's literally in front of them all day, every day, no matter what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's so many kids, there's still people out there that are just like, I'm not going to get into the social media thing. I'm not going to do it. And, teach their own. So in my heart, I believe, look, we still have to do the hand-to-hand combat out there on the street, going on appointments, meeting with people, whatever it may be, like the olden days. But with the phone and doing all the social media stuff, it's kind of the icebreaker to help with those appointments and everything you have to do.
Well, I think it's also a validator, right? I mean, 9 times out of 10, someone's going to search you after they meet you if they're going to do business with you. And if you have this big presence of education and facts, and they kind of get down that rabbit hole, and they can see that you're a subject matter expert in whatever you do, that just gives them the social boost to say, oh, this guy sounded good when I met him in person, but he's actually a real deal because he has all this knowledge to back him up on his page, or he has the proof that he does what he does out there on the interwebs.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So what I want to talk about also here real quick is, look, okay, you've been in real estate, what, 10, 11 years now?
Something like that, 13, 14. So.
Okay. So quite a while. You started your own real estate company.
Yep. So I bought a franchise in Next Home.
Okay. Fire captain. You've been with the fire department, what, 20 years-ish?
15.
15 years.
Coming up on 13 with City of Las Vegas, and I did 3 out in Boulder City before I transferred over.
And you're going to retire from there?
If all goes well, between 5.5 and 8 years. So
yeah. All right. So, and then again, like I said, you're involved in the community stuff. How old are you?
I am going to be 36 this month.
Just a young guy, 36 years old. You're doing all this. You're married. You guys have kids?
We don't. We have 3 great dogs, though.
What's your schedule with the fire department and everything? I'm sure your schedule can be a little funky, but what would you say is like your routine, like your daily routine that you make sure that you do every day, whether it's working out, reading, meditating?
Yeah, working out is a must. Especially as things get busy, it has to just be something I get in. On the 4th of July, I worked 3-4. The 3rd wasn't too bad, but I knew the 4th was going to be bad. So I got out there and did my run at 7:00 in the morning to make sure that the day didn't interrupt what I needed to get done. And of course, we pop a fire 5 minutes after I finished my 5-mile run, and I was dogging it, but I got my workout in, and then it led to a productive rest of the day/night. So it's a non-negotiable. Sometimes it's not the workout I want to have, but even if it's at the end of the night walking the dogs a couple miles, at least there's something happening to get the blood and the mind right.
So workout's a must on your routine. What else? Do you read books? Do you listen to podcasts? What do you do?
I listen to books. So generally speaking, I listen to books when I'm walking the dogs. In my truck, I try to listen to like 30-minute podcasts, especially if I know I'm going across town, versus just listen to music, which sometimes is good, but if I'm in the right headspace, I definitely want to get that 30 minutes of knowledge in, hopefully get 1 or 2 nuggets out I can take back with me and try to incorporate it in either my life or my business or my relationships or what have you. Because I think diversification is important when you're listening to podcasts and listening to books and stuff like that, not be singularly focused.
Sure. Absolutely. What kind of books do you listen to? I mean, like if you were to do like the nonfiction stuff, do you have like a favorite?
I mean, I listen to a lot of like leadership books, obviously for the fire department stuff. I'm always trying to be a better leader for the fire department, but it also goes into the real estate brokerage because I lead a team here. For real estate wise, I don't do too many real estate books. I listen to more podcasts for that.
Reading fun books, fiction books.
Yeah, I don't read those.
No. Nothing, huh?
No.
See, I'm a Grisham fan. I love listening to, or I'll read or listen to John Grisham's books. Something about all those books are great.
I think when I retire from one of my jobs, maybe I'll get into something like that.
Yeah, you should, man. It's kind of nice. It's good to escape. I mean, it's one of those, it helps for sure. One question I like to ask is, and you may have heard this one, maybe not, but in Vegas or wherever, if you're going down the highway and there's a billboard on the highway, that could be your billboard and it can say anything you want it to say. What would you have that billboard say? I think I'm really lucky as I associated with a real estate brokerage that is truly like in line with what I believe, and the hashtag for next home is actually humans over houses. And so it would be something either humans over houses, humans over profits, humans over XYZ is really putting, people, friends, family above, the monetary or the transactional stuff. I've been in the fire department. I've been for 15 years, been in EMS for 18. It's still something I love to do. I've worked in the busiest stations in Las Vegas for 11 years. And I'm still working in the downtown area because those are the people that need us the most. And I do the same thing in real estate. I try to help those that need my help the most. Be it a brand new fireman that has no idea what to do with his new career, where he's getting 4 or 5 times the income he's ever seen before, and trying to prevent him from buying all the toys before he gets a good long-term investment, and or getting someone towards the end of their working career some investments so that they can collect some money and enjoy retirement a little bit more. Everything I do, I try to do it with a human factor first, and that's really what's important to me. Obviously you came to my event that we were able to do here for K9 Companion. Cool. Not only does it support animals, but those animals then, after they've trained, go and support the humans behind the fact of if they're vets or disabled, and they could really use those animals. So just seeing things from a different perspective, I think, is what that billboard would say for me. That's all, man. I just wanted to pick your brain. So do you have anything you want to, if you could tell anyone out there that's getting into the business, one good nugget, one good takeaway that'll help them? And maybe you're even hired. You never know. Maybe want to bring someone on. Yeah, absolutely. It's hard. It's not easy. It's going to take time. Don't think that you're going to come into this business and the next thing you know, you're going to have tens of thousands of dollars rolling in a couple months. It's not for the mentally or physically weak. I mean, I think they said 60,000 real estate agents across the country have already left the industry in 2023, and 1,000 have left year over year here in Southern Nevada. So it's a great career. It's really fulfilling. It's really fun to help people, but it's tough, and you just got to be willing to work at it and see the greater good of it, and not just in it for the profits. Are you staying busy out there? I mean, are you seeing? I stay steady, pretty busy. I have my institutional type sellers that, I've worked for 10 years trying to procure these type of clients, but in just general sales, we're doing okay. We're definitely way better than we were last year, but good. Definitely always trying to create a new marketing thing. And, I have a new marketing plan I'm trying to roll out here the next week that I think's something a little different in the market. I'm excited to launch it and see if it works, but it's trial and error. So we just don't know. Sweet. I can't wait to see that then. Yeah. That'd be cool. We'll fill you in a little bit more off this little interview we're doing, but it's going to be fun. Yeah, absolutely. Because again, when I came out to the fire department to see you guys a couple months ago, I mean, I'm impressed. I mean, you're a young guy, and you've done more at age 36 than most people have done at age 56, 66. I mean, it's pretty freaking incredible. And I told Adam this, when we were driving around, that dude, he's legit. I mean, you got good energy, nice guy, hard worker. So congratulations, man. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support, and they did okay. They're still a work in progress, but we're getting there.